Hello you lovely lot. Well, Tesla has cooked, but has it made a mistake in the process? They finally produced a more affordable, family-friendly electric SUV that comfortably seats 6 and looks good in the process. Now, this bombshell came thanks to Tesla China with the announcement of the Model Y L, and that's L for long wheelbase version, primarily designed to offer more space, but also comes with luxury and practicality without sacrificing that signature Tesla performance. And some of you may already be aware that this was announced on the 19th of August, but what you may have missed out on was the train of smaller details and content that followed this announcement. For this is where I come in. I've been an information sponge, soaking up every nugget over X, all for this very video. Now, this 6-seater variant has already been generating a massive buzz in China, with rumours circulating on China's social media network, Weibo, that Tesla's received around 35,000 orders on launch day alone, and that's rumoured to be 40 to 50,000 after just 3 days. Hot property really does just sell itself, and the crowds were flocking to Tesla stores to get their first-hand look, and it's easy to see why. This isn't just a stretched Model Y, as it seems from the surface. It's generally a thoughtful evolution that addresses some of the common complaints about the standard Model Y rear seating for when it was 5 Plus, whilst retaining the cargo flexibility. Now, this delivers a fusion of Model Y and Model X features at a more affordable price tag, which raises the question, has Tesla cooked too well and just priced out the Model X itself, or do the two serve separate markets? In this video, I will break down everything that we know and have learnt about the new Tesla Model Y L from release to nuggets of information from reviews that followed, covering the interior upgrades that families will love, the subtle yet impactful exterior changes, the impressive specs including range and performance, and what we know about release timelines for markets like the UK and US. And is Elon playing with you US folks? I think he could well be. And by the end, you will have witnessed an ultimate information deep dive on the Model Y L. So if you haven't already done so, please do like the video, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Let's get straight into it. So starting with the interior, Tesla has really focused on making the Model Y L a more comfortable and versatile space for passengers, especially families. The biggest headline here is the seating configuration. It's now a true 6-seater in a 2x2x2 layout, with wheelbase extended by around 150 millimeters to 3040 millimeters. But did you know there's actually a little Easter egg in the logo itself, designed to look like 3 rows? Bet you didn't know that. Anyhow, the extra length is designed to significantly add more row in the second and third rows. Think Kia EV9-like space. In the second row, you get luxurious captain's arms chairs with ample legroom, and we're talking about enough room for adults to sit comfortably without their knees brushing the front seats. The third row, which was understandably criticised in the old 7-seater Model Y for being too cramped for adults, now feels legitimately usable for adults. Overall, if this gauged your interest on size, yes, this Model Y L can seat 6 adults without feeling like a squeeze, making it a game changer for large families or for those who just frequently carpool. But here's where the juicy extras come in that seem to be wowing the crowd. Tesla has made a lot of enhancements to comfort. Every seat is now redesigned with even more adjustable electric motors for extra comfort. The second row gets a juicy motorized armrest that slides out electronically for that premium lounge feeling, perfect for rear passengers' comfort, and hopefully you then get less backseat driving as a result. Time will tell. There's also an electric powered thigh support cushion in the first and second row for the very first time, and that's typically found in other premium alternatives. This seat extension helps to provide better under thigh support, reducing fatigue on extended journeys. The headrests across the board are now adjustable for extra comfort too, but sadly they're actually only manually adjustable, and I hope that these do become electrified post-launch to match the profile settings in the future. But for now, you do have to manually fine-tune it for extra safety and comfort. And when it's the winter, it's good to know that it has heated seats as standard on all the seats. And for summer, cooling ventilation has been expanded now to the second row too. And this is a big step up from the standard Model Y, where ventilation was just limited to the front seats. Audio wise, it keeps getting better. The system is being upgraded with more speakers for a premium setup that includes an additional speaker secretly placed underneath the rear facing 8-inch touchscreen, delivering richer sound to the backseat passengers for movies, music or calls, whatever. That rear screen itself is noticeably larger, and it's actually more square shaped than the rounded design in the older models, measuring in around 8 inches diagonally. And it controls everything from the climate settings to entertainment apps, just as you know from the standard Model Y. But right below it, in between the speaker, you'll actually find a new clever pop-out cup holder design that actually slides out smoothly, and it's going to hold your drink securely without taking up any permanent space elsewhere within the cabin. It's a small but clever space utilisation for road trips. In the third row, Tesla has added in extra USB-C ports, so even the backseat passengers can actually charge their devices quickly, and speeds have also been bumped too, which is a nice addition. Up in the front, the main touchscreen, that's been bumped up from 15.4 inches to 16 inches and has taken, again, a more squarer look and an overall sharper looking screen. You'll also be pleased to hear that the airflow has also witnessed a dramatic improvement, with additional vents integrated into the B and C pillars of the car, and that's going to direct cool or warm air precisely to the second and third rows, so there should be no complaints about lack of airflow towards the back of the car. The wireless phone charging mat in the front, which also used to be the phone warmer, has also witnessed a big upgrade. It now includes built-in air vents to prevent your device from overheating during charging, and the charging speed itself has now been increased for quicker power-ups. Great news. After years of owners requesting it, the cabin finally gets a sleek black liner as standard. So no more dirty fingerprints or makeup stains, hopefully. Blame the wife for that. Anyway, overall this gives it a more upscale, sporty ambience that ties in with the ambient interior lighting, which matches the refreshed Model Y setup. One of the coolest new features that I've noticed that hasn't been discussed much, maybe because it seems unique to China at the moment, is the Hey Tesla voice command system. The buttonless wake up call is more responsive, and you can actually control which seats have access to this Hey Tesla feature via the touchscreen. And would you look at that? There goes the kids' permission. Right, let's not forget the trunk space too. It's absolutely massive at 2,539 litres, all seats folded flat, which will then dwarf the standard Model Y's 2,158 litres. And what's even better, that trunk floor as well, it's actually magnetised, so it can actually be propped up as the third row, onto the third row seats with ease, adding a layer of practicality that's perfect for everyday errands or weekend getaways. Overall, the interior tweaks will have helped make the Model Y L just feel like a Model X Mini, blending in more luxury with utility in a way that competitors like maybe the VW ID Buzz or maybe the Kia EV9 might envy. Moving on to the exterior, Tesla has kept the iconic Model Y silhouette, but made strategic enhancements for better aerodynamics and aesthetics and functionality. The overall length grows by 178mm to 4,797mm, giving it a more imposing road presence while maintaining that sleek crossover appeal. Aerodynamically though, somehow, the drag coefficient is an impressive 0.216, which is even lower than the standard Model Ys at 0.23 and even beats the Model 3's 0.219. For context, this is way ahead of rivals like the Kia EV6 at 0.28 or the Hyundai Ioniq 5 at 0.288, meaning less wind resistance, which is then going to translate into better energy efficiency and longer range, which I'll talk about in a moment, and a quieter cabin at highway speeds, which is going to be ideal for family road trips where noise can be a big issue, but we know that's mostly from the kids than the road noise these days. Another little discussed point is that the tyres are now staggered, with wider rears for enhanced grip and handling during cornering, and they actually feature thicker sidewalls that help absorb them bumps more effectively, improving the comfort over potholes or in even roads, which will be especially useful in a longer car. One thing that hasn't wowed me is the new 19-inch Machina wheel covers, but the Mecha wheels look absolutely stunning, so that's when you remove the aero caps, revealing a bold and multi-spoke design that's aggressive and modern. If I had this vehicle, I'd definitely pull these straight off, as it's like uncovering a hidden gem that adds a sporty flair to it. In China, the paint options now include a fresh champagne gold colour, which should shimmer elegantly under the sunlight and give the vehicle almost a crisp premium look, almost a luxurious vibe compared to the standard colours. The panoramic rear roof glass also extends seamlessly all the way to the revised spoiler now, which is a bit different to the standard Model Y. And that's going to create even more space and an airy feel by letting in more natural light. And the revision also means that the spoiler itself has been tweaked, and now it's got an integrated new brake light that's brighter and visible, which is enhancing safety for following drivers. Safety is always going to be paramount for Tesla, so it's going to feature now 9 airbags, including a new far side airbag for the driver to protect it against side impacts. And at this point, I'll play the airbag deployment video from Tesla's website now to show how comprehensively they inflate multi-directional protection. For FSD hardware, the exterior camera suite is identical to the Model Y, with 8 cameras and the new washer for the front bumper camera to keep it clean in rain or mud, ensuring autopilot or full self-driving features work flawlessly. Suspension is also a second generation system with additional continuous variable dampeners unique to the Model Y L, and they adapt in real time to road conditions for a smoother and more stable ride. Think less body roll on the curves and better vibration filtering over rough pavements. These changes not only make the Model Y L look and feel more refined, but also position it as a super strong contender in the growing EV SUV market. Now let's dive into the range, specs and other details, including the all-important release windows for UK and US. Powering the Model Y L is a 82 kWh battery pack from LG, optimized for efficiency from Tesla's latest software tweaks. In China, it boasts a CLTC range of up to 751 kilometers, for which in actual usable range, we anticipate that will translate into an EPA estimate of around 327 miles in the US. Now that's a solid improvement over the standard Model Y L long ranges, 320 miles. This mostly is down to the aero enhancements and the battery management, but a much bigger vehicle surely has bad performance, right? Wrong. The performance is no slouch. It hits 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 4.5 seconds. So this blends that family-friendly space with exhilarating acceleration. Turns out you can prioritize family needs without compromising performance, when you need it, of course. The Model Y L comes standard with dual motors for an all-wheel drive traction experience, peak supercharging at 250 kilowatts for quick top-ups too. The storage is expansive at 2,539 litres, as mentioned earlier, with easy folding flat seats for hauling everything from groceries to maybe even your camping gear now. Additional practical touches including a front trunk or frunk that's slightly larger at 117 litres, perfect for stashing smaller items like charging cables or a backpack. Now, if you're feeling hyped about it and you want to know when it's released and for how much, right? Deliveries in China will kick off early next month, being September 2025. The starting price at 339,000 yuan, or roughly 47,000 US dollars, making it competitively priced against local rivals like the BYD Song L. In China, there's quite a lot of competitors in this segment. For the UK and US, things are a little bit more speculative, but more exciting for us Brits and Europeans maybe, as prototypes have been spotted testing in Europe near Giga Berlin, suggesting a global rollout by early 2026, likely as a 2026 model year for UK and Europe. Whilst post on X suggests strong interest in the North American market, Elon has actually shut the door to the Model Y L being released in the US until at least late 2026, or not at all, as FSD is getting the priority. But why was a Model Y L unit found in the US, as shown on X? Maybe Elon is bluffing on the timeline, but even so, it definitely is looking more promising for us Brits and Europeans. Our friends across the pond, they may have to wait a little longer for this beauty if Elon's word is true. So to conclude, the Tesla Model Y L represents a smart evolution of one of the world's best-selling EVs, packing in more family-focused features like the expanded seating to 6, with ISO fixings for the second and third rows, luxurious adjustments to the headrest and for that fire support, and effectively more clever tech without diluting the core Tesla experience of efficiency and fun. Not forgetting the subtle design improvements to maybe say the magnetized trunk floor or the second row ventilated seats to the aerodynamic designs and adaptive suspension. It's clear Tesla listened to customer feedback to fine-tune the new Model Y and create something truly versatile. The champagne gold paint is also a nice touch if I say so, but that sleek black liner is a winner for me. Those gorgeous 19-inch wheels without the aero caps add a layer of style that makes this feel like a premium offering. Whether you think the standard Model Y isn't big enough for you, or if you're eyeing a switch from an alternative vehicle like the ID Buzz, this Model Y L could finally fit your criteria to be your next car. So what do you think? Would you go for the Model Y L? Did Tesla actually cook, or did they drop the ball somewhere? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you haven't already done so, I'd appreciate if you could just like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and do check out the links in the video description. You folks have been great, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.